This is going to be a movie review for the 1988 movie Miracle Mile, starring Anthony Edwards, directed by Steve DeJarnett. Um, so this is an interesting movie that um kind of just stumbled upon, and I've never heard of it. It has an interesting premise. Basically, this guy gets a phone call when he's at a diner like at 3 or 4 a.m. that the world's going to end. Our the nukes are going to be flying in about 70 minutes. And the guy's actually trying to call his dad to warn him. He like works at a nuclear missile silo. For some reason, he's able to call 70 minutes into the future, but or into the past. But he's trying to call his dad to like apologize for a fight they have and to warn him. But and so then he's trying to go and save this girl that he just met, Mare Winningham. She's in a bunch of stuff. Yeah, she's in Turner and Hooch, St. Elmo's Fire, Philomena. She's been in a lot of stuff. But so is Anthony Edwards. He's a really good actor. He had hair at this point. Now he's totally bald. He's in ER. He's a guy whose career never took off, like, hugely. I mean, yeah, he's in ER for like a long time, which I'm sure has made him tons of money. But just in movies, he's in Zodiac, and I really like that movie too. David Fincher movie. But this movie is interesting because he's in it. Mare Winningham's in it. There's a bunch of actors in it that you know of. Denise Crosby's in it, and she's in the first season of Star Trek TNG. So I like her as an actress. Kurt Fuller's in it. He's been in a bunch of stuff. Ghostbusters 2. He's in Scary Movie. He's the principal, I think. He has a really funny scene when he's like showing them photos of himself. I think it's Scary Movie. Yeah. Oh, no. He's the sheriff. Okay. Um, Robert Doquy. He's in it, and he is Sergeant Reed in RoboCop 1 and 2. Oh, died in 2008, R.I.P. But awesome actor. He's like an owner or of the diner, or like the head cook, and he's a really good actor. He's like really intense actor. But yeah, there's some other people. Yeah, Earl Boen is in it. Drunk Man in Diner. That's his name. He's in it, and he's in the Terminator 1 and 2 and 3. Which is ridiculous that he's in 3. It's like, oh, I just happened to be here, and I'm the psychiatrist. And, oh, I ran into a Terminator again. It's like so cheesy. It's like T3 has some like just terrible humor. He's in The Man with Two Brains. I don't never seen that, but and it's kind of funny because he's in Terminator, which is about a guy who comes from the past to stop the apocalypse. And this movie's about a guy that gets a phone call, and he's not trying to stop the apocalypse because he can't, but he is trying to save some people and get them out. It's like, a little similar. It's kind of weird. actually. It's like, is this guy just always in time travel related? I mean, it's somewhat time travel. It's like, a voice from the future talks to this guy. Um, some other people, Diane Delano. She's in The Wicker Man. Lady Killers. I don't know. She's in a like just act. There's just actors that have been in so much stuff. So I looked up the box office. It made like a million or two. It made almost nothing really. Probably flopped. It's a pretty weird movie. It kind of reminds me of the tone of an '80s movie called Repo Men. The tone of it, kind of. But that's a totally different movie. It's kind of about aliens, or I don't know. That's a weird movie too. Like this movie has a very weird tone. Like in the beginning of the movie, it starts off and he's like dating this girl, and he's like talking about how in love he is with her, and how he's never really been in love, um, and then they're supposed to go out again, but he's in an apartment and the power goes out, and he sleeps through it, and he then wakes up like at 3 a.m. and he's like pissed off because he wanted to go out with her. He then goes to the diner. So I guess I'll do spoilers, but the movie came out a long time ago. So, but but definitely check it out if that sounds interesting. I mean, I think it's like an hour 45. And he's trying to, and then all the people, but most people in the diner, they end up believing him for a few different reasons. And then they all try to go to the airport to get an airplane, and then like Denise Crosby is like a businesswoman, and she has all these contacts, and she's trying to get them to go to like Antarctica, which is like she just freeze to death. I don't know, but she's like, no, there's a valley there, and we can go, and there's fresh water, and I'm like, okay, yeah, right. Um, but so they and then they all pile in this truck, and they're going to the airport, and and then he's like, no, I have to go, like, let's stop here and get this girl that I know. And then the guy in RoboCop's like, no. This guy, Anthony Edward, grabs his gun. He jumps out of the truck, and then he basically hijacks another car. This guy who has like stolen goods in his trunk, and a bunch of crazy stuff happens. O-Lan Jones is a waitress in the diner. I don't know. She's been in a bunch of stuff too. I think she's in a few X-Files episodes. She's in The Right Stuff, Mars Attacks, Edward Scissorhands. Seriously, like the cast in this movie, it's crazy. Oh yeah, and the guy who is in um Forrest Gump, the Bubba Gump guy, is in this too. He's the guy who he carjacks his car, and he has like stolen sound systems in his trunk. And then he's with them for a while, but then he leaves. But anyways, I'll go talk about the spoilers a little bit. Yeah, he carjacks the guy. Then they're going. He's running out of gas. They go to a gas station, but it's for like taxis only, which I didn't even know was a thing. And then they're able to get gas. They got to pay the guy a bunch of money, and he'll give him gas. The guy has a gun, and then the cops come, and then the other guy, the Bubba Gump guy, freaks out. He soaks him in gasoline, and then and then the cop pulls out a gun, shoots, and then ignites herself, and those cops die. And then they steal the cop car, and just a bunch of crazy stuff happens. And then also the guy. Oh man, dude, who else is in it? The alien bounty hunter is in it. What's that guy's name? He's not even on the IMDb. I don't see. Brian Thompson. Yeah, he's in it too. Because they're looking for a pilot, and he goes to like a 24-hour gym, and it's just ridiculous. He's like, I'm looking for a pilot, and it's like you randomly find a pilot, but the guy's like, oh, I used to be a pilot. I could fly a helicopter. So then he gives him a bunch of money. He says, I'll pay him a bunch of money. He pilots the helicopter. I mean, he's in Cobra, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Yeah, he's in Terminator 1, Dragonheart. So just tons of actors that I mean, I know. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a fun movie. It's a forgotten movie. Um, I definitely check it out if you can. Uh, a bunch of crazy stuff happens, and yeah, I'm not sure about the very end of the movie, but and basically it comes true. Like the nukes start flying, and everyone's freaking out, and some of the people get away, and some of them don't. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a very strange movie. Um, oh, the director wrote an X Files episode, and he wrote Strange Brew, directed some ER episodes, so and directed some ER episodes. So, but anyways, it's a pretty good movie. Check it out if you can, and that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe.